know what time it is, right?
Yeah. It's time. It's time to level up.
You ready?
Yeah. Let's go.
All right, we in. Yeah. All right. Welcome to the Next Level Up podcast show. I am your host, Dwayne Sylvester. I am here with my boy.
Y'all know what time it is. It's Brother Fred. It's time to level up in your heart, your mind, your spirit. Let's get it.
Let's go. As you see that we got a full panel here today. It is going to be super excited. I'm gonna start over here with the ladies. I'm gonna let y'all introduce. Y'all may know these are our wives, but go ahead, introduce yourself.
I am Laquana.
Laquana who? Laquana who?
Oh,
All right, come on now.
I'm Natasha Sylvester.
I'm Starlet Williams.
And I'm John Williams.
And if y'all just figured that out, that is husband and wife.
Yes.
We got our Say Detroit.
Say Detroit couple.
Our entrepreneurs in the
Yes,
house
yes,
and everything.
yes.
Great couple. You
Yes.
probably remember John from one of our other episodes.
Yeah.
This is going to be a candid conversation.
Oh, man.
Yes.
We already know that we're in the month of love. February is Love Month. So this episode, we're going to be talking about relationships and marriage, okay?
Yes.
And so the topic of this podcast series is, how do I say? How do I say? What do you want to know? How do I say? So we're going to jump right on into the questions. And the questions is, ladies and gentlemen, how do I say I love you without words? How do you communicate that in a relationship or in a marriage without having words attached? Because it's easy to just put words to it. I love you, babe. I appreciate you. But how do you say I love you in a marriage without words? Anyone can chime in. Go ahead.
So I know about his love language.
Okay.
Love language is very important. His love language is touch.
Okay.
So each time I touch him, he feel love.
Okay. Okay. So just that. So you're saying, Charlotte, that's the physical touch. Just because some of our viewers may say, "Oh yeah, every man's love language is that touch." Touch me, but not
every love language.
It is
out
there
and
are.
sometimes you can have multiple.
Okay. So how did you learn that love language from your husband? Was it something that you learned over time, or it was just something that it developed?
Something he always asked for. I think it
Okay.
was something that was created from his mom, right? Because she would always rub his back.
Okay.
So
All
that
right.
just gave him that reassurance of just feeling love.
Okay.
And then I learned about the love languages through church.
Right,
So that's
exactly.
marriage, counseling.
Mhm.
So that's where we learned it.
All right. So again, she, was saying that she expressed her love to her husband by just touching him, letting him know that she's there for him and that she is his support. So again, how do you express, Quana, love to your husband without words?
So for my husband, I'm a very spontaneous woman. So for him, when he gets off work, I love to have a bucket of water that he puts his feet in
Okay.
to relax him.
Okay.
Things of that sort.
So that's something that's a way of expressing your love to your husband without actually saying it. When he see that bucket of water, he know it's time.
He know it's time.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sit
That's
back
right.
and
Yeah.
relax.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah. So is that something that is received from you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And as a matter of fact, that was something that spontaneous, like she said, coming home from work, she already have the bucket and she massaged the feet and everything. So I was like, yeah.
So again, that was something that you enjoyed
Absolutely.
as being
Absolutely.
in your marriage. That's something that's unspoken. Like if I see this, I know my baby loves
That's
me.
right.
I know
Absolutely.
that she was thinking about me.
Yep.
So John, I'm gonna come back to my wife in just a minute. But John, your wife was saying that her touching you, is that something that is received from you? Because a lot of times, the reason why I ask is that in relationships, a lot of times we think that we're doing the right thing in that relationship by expressing to one to another, but we could be missing a mark. That could be something that
That's
I
true.
like doing. You
That's
could
true.
just
Right.
like rubbing your husband. You could like just, making this water, foot bath for him to come home. But is it received? Is it
Right.
reciprocated
Right.
from the other partner? Because a lot of times in relationships, we get it wrong. Like, me
That's
and
true.
Ann will
Yeah,
get it
that's true.
wrong.
That's true.
You
Talk
know,
about it.
You
and
have to
so,
understand what
yeah.
a person's love language is. Like he like touch. I'm not really a touchy person.
okay.
He needs to know my love language.
Okay,
You know,
well,
what
we're gonna
makes
get
me
into
feel
that.
good.
Yeah, right.
Well, we're
Yeah.
gonna
That's
get
really
into that.
important.
Because we didn't let him speak on that, but I am going to. No, right? No. I am going to. We are all chime because we got time. We got time. We want to make sure that all of our viewers understand because everyone relationship is different.
Yeah.
And so not one thing works for all.
Right.
So again, your wife was saying that touch. Was that something that you received when she do that? That's saying my wife loved me without saying it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's received because the good thing about marrying my wife, she knew me as I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So she know the history of me.
Yep.
And that was like something my mom did. And then when my mother passed away, my grandma kept it up.
Okay.
You remember grandmas used to rock me in your
Yeah.
ear?
Uh-huh.
So she know the background for me. So
Okay.
it's like it's automatic. She kicked right in and took over what they left off.
Well, you're a big guy. I don't think she can kind of rock you on that.
No, but she still do that.
But I'm sure it's other
She tried it.
She tried. All right, John, come on
But
up.
no, it's received.
Mama love you.
It's received because she know the history of it.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's
all
like vice
fun.
versa with us.
Yeah.
I think mine come from protecting her.
Okay.
I like to
sweet.
protect her. I don't like I take her car to the gas station. She know I'm there for her. And
Right.
I think that's my biggest thing with her. That
So that was one of your ways you were saying that express.
I love her without saying.
without saying. So when you do little things for her,
Mhm.
without saying it, she already knows.
No.
Now, is that something that you know, or is that something that it becomes a habit of doing?
Something that me
Oh,
or
yeah,
him?
that's-
No, I know.
Yeah,
I
did you
definitely
know?
Yeah.
Because again, I'm asking these questions because again, a lot of times in a lot of even some of our other past episodes, we believe that in marriage that we are doing what our partner wants, and you're doing it sincerely from your heart, and it's not always received.
Right.
And so I just want to make sure because of the simple fact that this is an open dialogue for us to be able to discuss candidly about that, expressing love to one to another without it being verbal. Honey, I didn't want to skip you. I didn't want to skip you, little Dimples. What is something that you do to express love without saying it?
I get up before you and make your coffee, make your sandwich, have you some fruit and stuff like that, so you can be prepared for your day.
Oh, right. So you want to keep me strong.
I want
That's right.
Because if I pass out, then
Or like this
right.
morning, I let you sleep and I made you breakfast.
Yeah, that was a good surprise. Oh yeah.
So you like
Right.
food, man. That's basically
I
and you call me fat, but you
right. I didn't call you fat, look, but yeah, okay. That is, and it's received by me. Some of the things that you do, unspokenly, and I think that's just what it is. I don't ever want to feel like we take for granted our partners when they're doing stuff like that. And of course, protection is one thing for me, but also just being a provider. I think that I show love without saying it by just actions. In every facet of my marriage, being intentional in my listening, being, there to make sure that she have a roof over her head, that my family, have a roof over their head, being that provider as well as protector. So that is for me something that I do to express my love without even saying it. So is that received for you? I want to make sure that it's received. All right.
Look at that smile.
Right, I know. Hey, everybody just
zoom in on the spine.
I got that side eye. Y'all.
No, now that you
telling
said that,
you,
though,
yeah.
Sylvester, honestly, the reason why I said with the protection thing with
Yeah.
her, because her growing up with her father, and then she had a brother that went in a corner. Like, so it's like a automatic thing that I kick in that I, be her protector.
Absolutely.
That's,
Right.
but that's the topic of,
Yeah.
loving her without saying I love her.
Absolutely. And it's important because, we're in a society and a time where, men aren't being men. You know,
Right.
you're
Right.
finding
Absolutely.
a lot of young boys, because I wouldn't call you a
Mhm.
man if you're not doing some of the things that that a man should do.
Do.
And I get role, definition and defining. We don't kind of play into all of that, but in the same sense, we finding more women taking care of the
That's
man.
right. Yeah.
Right.
You seeing that more
Yes.
and more and more, and it's almost like it's okay.
And women are proposing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
To me, getting on one knee.
Yeah.
I will
that.
kick her.
I don't even see how a man would even accept a woman doing that.
Right.
Getting on one knee, asking her.
Well,
asking him to marry her. That's crazy.
Well,
It
the
is crazy.
biggest thing with that society making everything acceptable.
Yeah.
Mm, exactly.
So it's a shift now. You can tell women playing men roles, a lot of women playing women roles. I mean men roles.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I see it a lot because I work in
Yeah.
around a lot of people. I work in
Yeah.
casino, so I see it a lot that
Yeah, you know it.
I
Yeah.
could be talking to the man,
Uh-huh.
and the woman that take up the conversation.
Mhm.
Oh
Wow.
wow, like I could be asking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you kind of see the roles is kind of reversing, and I think that's the time we're living in.
Yeah.
And social media messing up a lot.
A
of stuff.
lot of
It's messed
relationships.
up a lot of relationships,
It
a lot of
is.
stuff, so.
It really is, because we're trying to live up to a false narrative.
Yeah.
And that's just, what it is. So we're talking about it, y'all.
Yep.
Hopefully, it's going to get even deeper and
Oh, yeah.
everything. Hopefully you enjoying it. Again, like, subscribe, and share this video, because you don't want to miss out. So we're talking about how do I say. Brother Fred, did you have a piggyback on how
I
do I say?
I do. Yeah, I have to hide it from Scarlett the Giant over here. So listen, now my question is, how do I say we got a problem in our marriage?
Oh,
How do you say that? How do you say that? How do you?
Because it ain't gonna always
Come
be
on,
I
man.
love you. Now, we started out with love because love is a big foundation. But it also is two individuals coming together in this marriage. And as we grow, we can kind of grow either together or apart. So how do you say?
Well, I want to hear the Quan. How you do it? Because you live with a Taurus too. So let me.
Yeah. So for me, I'm not a communicator as my husband is. So I think I slack
Oh, she
off from
talking
doing
true.
things, and he'll notice it. He'll notice it.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. Let's elaborate
When
on
I
that.
say-
So no
Let's
more,
elaborate. Let's
so no more
elaborate.
foot baths is what I'm
No,
hearing.
no,
So no more foot baths.
No more twinkle toes.
Look, no more twinkle toes.
Yeah.
No, let me
Yeah.
tell you how. Oh, go ahead.
You know what? It'll.
That you having a problem in your relationship, so you stop the foot baths and what else? You say
Yeah.
so you don't communicate it, so
I don't communicate
you don't
it.
cook or what? You don't
Yeah.
clean the house?
No,
I mean,
it's
what-
not
what-
that.
It's
yeah.
not that. It's
It-
just I slack off from doing things
Right.
sexually.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah,
problem.
It'll be
yeah.
sexually.
That's a
It'll
problem.
be, because and what we don't understand is when it's something going on, your emotions, your mind, it's like you're
Mhm.
off. You're-
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And yeah, and I wanted to say that too,
Yeah.
because if I have a problem with her, it's vice versa. I don't want it. I don't want it right now. I ain't in the mood.
Yeah, I do get it.
And it goes both ways.
because
But-
you're angry, you're mad at
Right,
one
but
another.
see, but this is the thing though. Like my wife said, I'm a communicator. She's not.
Mhm.
So after a while, I'm like, okay, what's going on? Like, and once we sit down and talk, then we kind of converse about some things. But my question to her would be like, well, why didn't you just come to me about that?
Yeah, because that's
Why would you let stuff go on that long? Well, she's like, well, she didn't say to me, well, I was going to talk to you, but I just didn't want to right now. And I'm like, why? If there's
I
a
can
problem,
tell you
let's
why.
attack it right then and there.
Okay, well, so
I can
why?
tell you why. Because she didn't feel like it was a safe place at the time.
Yeah.
That's why.
Okay,
So,
explain
so
that.
explain
Hold on,
that.
man. Hold
A
on.
safe place.
No, ain't no safe
See,
place.
This is
Why?
a safe place. A safe place means that you hear me.
Yeah.
That I won't be shut down.
So what
Or
makes you think that?
judged.
Y'all, I mean,
Because the way
Don't
I
like to be
feel.
dismissed.
Right.
Mhm.
That's the biggest thing. Is
Yeah.
you bring things up, you bring it to the table, and you don't want to be dismissed. Listen. Sometimes you guys just don't listen. You have to listen.
So when
Okay, but hold on.
but
Wait a
how do
minute.
you know
Hold
that
on.
that's going
Wait
to
a
be
minute.
the wait a minute? How do you know that
I
that's
don't
going
want
to
to
be the
lose
case?
my thought on this.
Okay, at that time of that disagreement or that problem, how do you know that that's what is going to come up to?
Exactly.
It's
So,
always a recurring. It's
But-
a recurring thing.
but hold
It
on,
always
though.
happens.
But if you set something in motion, like if you guys converse, just like my wife and I, we'll talk about it. I'll tell her. I'll say, look, anytime you have a problem, with me or whatever, babe, don't wait too long. Just come to me and talk to me about it. So I'm opening the door. Why she ain't coming
But
in?
then another thing to add to that safe place, right, is sometimes you bring things up that you don't want to hurt their feelings. Like for my husband, if I bring certain things up, if it's
That's
something
true.
that's bothering me and I bring it up, it's either is this gonna shut him down
Absolutely.
Yeah.
or
That's true.
is this gonna lift him up?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm used to he kind of goes into this little dark space,
Mhm.
and I don't want him to be in that dark space. So now I gotta keep it in.
Absolutely.
That's true.
You know
And
what
so,
I'm saying?
and I'm
Until it
so
explodes.
glad that we're having.
I don't think it's not a
I'm
dark
glad that we're
place.
having
Yeah,
this
I don't
conversation.
think it's a
We're
dark
gonna-
place either.
We're gonna
Well, it kind of both.
Yeah.
It is like a dark place, but I'm good at shutting down.
Yeah, I
When I feel
get
something
that.
bothering me, or a friend, or somebody did something to me, I just
Yeah, I
completely
got
shut
you.
down.
Mhm.
I don't want to talk no more. Like I can walk past for 3-4 days unconsciously. I'm not doing it purposely, but it's just
It's
something
you
I
and your
protect
feelings.
myself. I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
a wall up. You know, I don't want to talk no more. Leave me
Yeah.
alone. Ain't no more. All right, baby, I'll see you later. I just kind of slam the door. Stuff like that. So
So progressively, how do you move beyond that? How do you get beyond
I
that?
think when I get tired or when I'm tired of dealing with it myself, mentally, when I'm mentally tired, I said, forget it. I want him to hear me. And in my mind, I said, well, whether if it hurts his feeling or not, it's about me getting it out,
Mm-hmm.
and it's about him understanding
Where
know,
you were
where
at.
I'm. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So again, we're talking, we're open.
Yeah, I
So
think-
how do you say that you have a problem in the marriage? We're gonna come back full circle, but I want everybody to speak. So John, again, how do you say that I'm having a problem in my marriage without it being a shutdown moment, as we said, or a place where your wife might not feel like it's a safe zone?
see, it's different. I think I let it pile up too much, and then when we do talk about it,
It's
it be
explosion.
wrong.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like,
Mm-hmm.
instead of we kind of like protect each other's feelings so much
Mhm.
that when a problem kick in right then, we don't
Yeah.
handle it right then. We like wait,
We used
Wait,
to be
yeah,
that
and
way.
then we wait. Nah, it's
Yeah.
to the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
then it's extra stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but,
Bringing
but
that extra
1964, you did.
Yeah.
Right.
And
That's
then
why
last
I
Thursday,
said-
you know, it comes to that instead of just dealing with it at the time.
Yeah.
And it's something we gotta probably work on. I know I gotta work on
Yeah,
it because
I think
Once I open that
in
door,
marriage,
I
yeah,
get
yeah.
Okay, but look, this is my thing. You know that you married to this person, y'all know each other, okay? I mean, so would it ever get to a point where you have to feel like, well, I don't want to hurt his feelings or I don't want to hurt her feelings? You should be able to just come to the table and talk about it.
Yeah, you
Not
should.
necessarily
Regardless of that.
should. You should.
Because at the end of the day, I know my wife got my back.
You should.
And at the end of the day, she know I have her back. But if there's a problem, let's discuss it.
But it could be a growth problem that your marriage needs. You get what I'm saying? That could be a area that's not strong.
So how long have you been married?
We've been married, what, 26?
26. How long have you guys been married?
16.
16, and we're 24. So at them junctures in the marriage, shouldn't it be a place where now we can come
Exactly.
and
Well, wait a
and-
minute. Well, wait a minute.
Uh-huh.
We didn't learn how to communicate until like 6-7 years ago.
This what we've been waiting on. That smile change. We listening.
So
Yeah.
it comes with good communication skills. We didn't learn how to communicate early in our marriage, so we
Yeah.
were going through the same cycle.
Okay.
You know, kept holding it in, not wanting to hurt his feelings, you know, and stuff like that. But we
No, let her
learned.
finish.
No.
We
Yeah,
learned.
I got it right
We
here.
learned how to communicate effectively.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so now I hear what you say to me, and you hear what I say, and I don't have to be worried about, is this a safe
I'm
zone?
trying to wait to respond. No, don't wait to respond. Let her finish. No.
Because because we dealt with, like, trust me, like out of these 24 years, it took maybe a good
15.
20 20
I don't feel
years.
that bad.
But look, and what it is for us, because what I found that we kept on reoccurring or revisiting things that I thought that we had dealt with. I thought that
there you go. Bingo.
that was
There you
something
go.
that
We
was
talked
asked
about it.
and
We didn't
answered.
deal with it.
And
my
that's
God,
what
my
it
wife
is.
is notorious.
And so that's exactly what I had to learn because I was getting frustrated. Like here we go again. Like, why are we talking
Yes.
about this?
Yeah.
And so it created that problem. But what I had to learn is that when we were communicating, but we wasn't getting understanding.
Exactly.
So that
That's
was
deep.
the key
That's
of
the key.
getting understanding because I could be saying something and I think that I'm a good communicator and I thought that I was communicating or conveying it in a way that she understood. But she was like, nope, I wasn't. That ain't what I heard. How could you not hear that? And so
Okay, quick question with
Yeah.
y'all. Did y'all know, how long did y'all know each other before y'all got married?
we
knew
were
each
high
other
school.
in high school. We
High
went to
school
prom
prom
together.
together.
Well, we
Yeah.
didn't go to prom, but we knew
Yeah.
each other.
So we were high school sweethearts. went
So
to
y'all
prom.
knew each other.
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
Oh
okay.
yeah. Oh yeah. We knew each other, so we knew each other's, like you say, the difference in different family, all of that, you know. But again, it was just different things that would come up that I thought that we would communicate, and it wasn't getting across because here 5-year point, 10-year, 20-year, we're still talking about it. Like,
Okay, so my question is this: why do women hold it in for so long? Because we don't do that. Let me tell you something.
Wait, let me ask you this.
We ain't gonna do that.
I just gotta ask this for y'all though. Are you a good communicator?
I am.
Is he a good
He's a
communicator?
great communicator.
I am.
I'm not.
Okay.
She's
I'm
not.
not.
She's not.
And then, like
So
I said, I
why-
thought I was a good
I'm not like
communicator,
that
but it
now.
wasn't that.
Yeah, but home,
But it was the understanding. It was the understanding. Yeah, you can say, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the other, but if they're not getting it or they're not understanding it based on how you're saying it, regardless if you're a good communicator
I
or
need
not,
my
like I said, we
question answered.
communicated on issues. Okay, we dealing with this issue. Let's talk about it. And then at the end of the day, we'll just like let it drop after going back and forth. But now we added another portion into it is now by saying, what did you hear? Or what am I saying? You get what I'm saying? So that now that if any problems is still there, we're gonna address it right then and there because you're like, well, I heard you say this. No, that's not what I'm saying. Or yeah, exactly. This
Okay.
is what
Or
I'm
that's
saying.
not how I meant it.
I
Yeah.
need my question
Yeah.
answered.
Oh.
My question is, why do you ladies hold it in for so long?
I said it earlier.
When there's an atmosphere created to where you can discuss it, right when there's a problem, why do you hold it in?
We're not trying to hurt your feelings. That's what we're trying to spare your feelings.
Oh, okay.
Because if we say it when we really want to say it, it will hurt.
Oh, so you want to just grab it by the by the sack,
So
y'all.
will it be hurt if you do it that way though?
Yeah, I mean, can you rub it gently down? Look, something like, but okay, so again, that is, how do I say that I'm having problems is, so you're saying that you're holding in whatever your frustration or the problems is until it creates an explosion. But do you think that that's healthy in a
that's not
relationship?
No,
healthy.
that's not healthy at all.
Yeah.
But again, like I mentioned, I will hold it in because I know if I say it, it's likely to come out wrong.
Okay,
So I
and then
need
while
to-
you're
Won't
in
you
your
write it
feelings.
down?
No,
Won't you write it down first?
I need to make sure and kind of practice it so it doesn't offend him, so
Mhm.
it doesn't put him down in that little, shell
Mhm.
and shut him down. But when I finally do get a chance to say it, hopefully, most of the time, maybe it comes out a little bit
Well,
nicer.
what are you saying?
So
Like,
that he can,
so she
so
don't.
he can receive
Yeah.
it.
So you said she don't know.
See,
She's
my
not
wife,
in-
she cut and dry, man. She
she straight up don't
yeah,
chase.
it's no, she don't have a gray area. You know what I mean? She don't know how to.
I had to learn that gray area. I was a little
Yeah.
tongue sharp.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Because I say I don't pacify adults. So at this point, we should be able to say what we want to say and just like let's deal with it.
Yeah, then
But,
I'm kind of
yeah.
like a touchy type dude. You can't just say no anything. to me,
Yeah,
you know,
I got you.
from
Yeah.
wife to sister to cousin. You know,
Yeah.
I'm a defensive type.
His
Yeah.
biggest saying is, it's not what you say, it's
It's
how you say it.
yeah.
And
Oh,
sometimes,
didn't I tell you?
Yeah.
and sometimes
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
it's how I
And
say it.
say it.
Yeah.
It's no harm. She don't have any harm, but it's just her character.
It's her delivery.
Sounded rough. My
Yeah.
wife just. She
Yeah,
just-
I got a thug over here too.
What's your sign?
Virgo.
Okay. All right.
Like I call my wife Thug Gentle because
That's
y'all
what
see
it
y'all see the nice and the smile and the dimples, but she got a whole nother persona.
My
She'll
tough-
take this whole all this off.
My
You know what I'm
tough friends
saying?
come over.
Yeah.
Open it like this.
Right.
Man, if y'all, you need just kill 3 people. You better kill
Right.
them. And they
Assassinated.
scared of her. You know, they kind of like,
Wow.
but it's her
delivery.
Yeah.
Now, do you
I
think
didn't get that when I
they-
met her.
but
I didn't get that.
when nobody
Y'all
get
alike.
they'll never get how you are when people meet you either. They're like, oh, you're right.
They
You're
alike.
so sweet. Yeah, very much so.
Jason and
God
Freddy.
probably like, yeah, exactly. So even with being married for so many years,
Mhm.
you know, and we find ourselves talking about this type of thing of dealing with problems in it, do we think that it's a resolution to softening up that part of the marriage where, because evidently we're still in love with one another, we still
Absolutely.
are fighting the good fight of what is marriage. So again, for those who even contemplate getting married or those who are in a relationship, what can we speak to about these indifferences? You know,
I do gotta comment on that.
yeah,
I don't care what relationship you in. I don't care if it's marriage, friendship. You're not gonna get 10 out of 10 out of a person.
right,
If you get a good 6, 7, you're doing good.
yeah,
Because we all not perfect.
right.
I accept her for who she are. I mean, who she is.
Mhm.
She accepts me for who I am.
Uh-huh.
That's what make it. You know what I mean? That's just my.
But if it's a continued problem, though, wouldn't we want to resolve that problem? I'm not saying that it's not going to be another one, but to resolve that problem.
It's not hard
Is
to
that
change
problem being
people.
resolved? That communicating or you being able to speak to the situation without it coming off so hard? Is that something that you say I'm gonna work on, or is that something
I
that you
mean,
feel like?
yeah, we always talk about it, and at this point, like right now,
It's not
sometimes
even-
it just
She's like,
sometimes you just need a mediator. You know what I'm saying? Here, let me tell
I agree
you,
with you.
and so you can tell him,
Mhm.
cause he ain't getting it when I'm.
But even with that, because it's standing one sided there, because you say somebody tell them to tell him. What about you? What if they say
Right.
you need to soften up? You need to do something. What about that? Are you with?
I try.
Okay, all right. I'm here.
Like
You
you
know,
said,
yeah.
like you said, you ain't gonna get 10 out of 10.
Yeah, right.
Darling, no.
Which one you gonna deal with?
What it is.
If
Oh,
it's something
no.
you can't deal with, exit left.
Oh,
No,
wow.
I'm just joking.
No, you ain't joking. Just wanna like that too.
There it is.
No,
That's
wanna like that too. See that?
that.
But look, now you
Hey.
but you see, hold
We got
on.
all the
Hold
love.
on. But you see, all 3 of them
Sure
got
did.
a whole
See
lot
all
of
that?
yeah.
Yeah.
See what I'm talking about? No.
And see, that's why it's always this, you know, ladies, y'all be saying, all of this type of stuff. See, y'all be having this little powwow with one another. But again, you still in relationships with your significant other. So wouldn't you want to resolve that? Or if that was something that is causing an issue in
Of
the
course.
marriage because you love them, wouldn't you say like, okay, let me try to work on that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But if
Yeah.
you be stuck in your ways so much, it's like we can fall out, and I can be leaving. I be like, you want something to eat? Like we just
Right,
do
like
our-
you fall
and we
out.
can be at odds,
Odds.
and I still do my part. Like then if it's dark outside, she gotta go to work. I watch her to her car. You know, little stuff like that.
You
Even though we
definitely-
just fell out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
You definitely want to come to some resolution.
Absolutely,
like you
it's
said, because
important.
At some point, like how you guys are talking about, you're talking about this one issue, and then you come to find out, oh, we still dealing with the issue back from 1992.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
right.
at some point, if you don't come to that resolution, it just explodes.
yeah, it's gonna
just
keep
explodes.
on
You just get
Absolutely.
tired.
Yeah.
You get tired.
And it just
Yeah.
have a different form. It'll come out in
Yep.
so many different
Different
ways.
ways,
You like,
yeah,
man,
because
come
you're
on.
harvesting it,
And it's not growth.
Yeah,
To
it
me,
is,
it's
yeah.
not.
Yeah, and then you're not completely happy within your own space because if you feel like you're not in a space where you can feel safe and to talk about these things, and it's like it comes to a point, and I think for us, we come to a point like we gonna just let's put it out here on the table, let's deal with it. Because we were just that same way, and not saying that we have no perfect marriages. That's far from what it is. It's just that we've learning how to deal with one another and each individual personality, and we can make and how we can make each other happy in that moment to continue on with our marriage, you know. So if we got to address this and deal with it, let's deal with it so that we can kind of progress, because I don't think we can grow if we just let that thing fester. And I'm at a point where I'm like, I'm too grown to just let it just keep on going. We're gonna deal with it. If we can't deal with it, then you know, why are we in this marriage? You get what I'm saying? Why are we in it? And so,
and capitalize off that.
Yeah,
Stuff like this is healthy.
it is
Absolutely.
healthy.
Because
Absolutely.
It's very
I don't
healthy.
care. We going through something. It could just be me and her. But just being here now, listening to other couples and married couples and stuff like that, it's kind of like.
Like, we ain't the only one going through
Right.
it.
It's kind
Go
of
through it.
therapy, you know.
Yeah,
it's kinda
it
like-
is, and John, that's why we wanted to have this, you know, episode and have
Absolutely.
all of us and have the different perspectives from the men and the
Absolutely, yeah.
women. It's not
Absolutely.
to, you know, bash and do. It's healthy.
It's healthy. It really is
because a lot of times we walk and then again, we're not ones that involve family and friends. We could have had an argument, but when we walk out that door, we're gonna appear to be this wonderful, you know, thing. We're gonna deal with this issue when we get home.
Oh, yeah.
But it's good to know that every relationship is not this picture perfect
Right.
type of thing, and it's perception. A lot of people look at things like, oh,
Right.
I wish I could be like y'all, or,
Man,
or couples goals is what I'm hearing now.
Shoes,
You know, but it's a whole lot of layers. It's a whole lot of things that people bring as far as, you know, personality. So that's just so, you know, refreshing to hear that in marriage it's a whole dynamic on how we deal and what we do with one another. So we're gonna segue from that, because that was good. That was nice and healthy and good, because every relationship has problems. Every marriage has problems, but I still love them. You know, I still want to be with them. And so our next question is going to come is, how do I say that I want a little bit more spice in my marriage, a little bit more interaction, or a little
I know how
bit
to
more?
say it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come on now. This is where we go.
I say I'm looking for a little bit more spicy. How do you say it?
Honey, our sex life sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how you say, just like that?
Just like that.
Oh.
Just like
But I
that.
mean, and so by saying that, is that going to get from you again what you think that you
No,
want?
then it's a conversation, and you'll ask me the question. Well, why? Why do you feel that way?
Oh, yeah, you think that's what I would ask? You know
That's
what
not
I'm
what
saying?
you would ask.
Well, I would be like, really? You know?
I'm doing something.
Right.
Back in the day.
Right. I'm like, really? But again, so you say just be direct, just be
Yeah.
forward,
That, you just direct.
just direct.
Just
Okay.
I think that's a good policy, to just be direct.
Yeah.
And I'm being
You
real
have to
with
be
you.
direct.
Because you know what? Like we talking about, like we just explained how long we've been married. You know, we've been married for 26 years. We could just be real with each other. And my wife would tell me, I don't like it when you do it like that, babe.
Right.
And you know, Quanta, listen, Quanta gonna be real with you.
Yeah.
Quanta be like, babe, I don't like that. And I'm like, okay. Or, you know, I do vice versa, like, babe, no. And she'd be like, oh, you don't like that? I'm like, no, I don't. So, you know what I'm saying? And we be straightforward.
Yeah.
We have to.
Yeah.
We have to,
I agree.
especially
Right.
with intimacy, you got to be.
Right.
You have to communicate that, because it changes over time. It
Yeah,
changes
your
children,
body
it
and all
changes
that.
body,
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
It changes over time.
Yeah. It's that balance of doing it. Because you can say, now slow down. Now don't go too fast.
I know.
Right. We taking a race, not a marathon. So again,
But then,
how do you add? Okay, so you said just being direct, just being forward with that adding spice.
That
to
too. But I try to go a different way with my husband. Like I'll just do something. You know what I'm saying? Not to be too graphic or anything like that,
Mm-hmm.
but
Don't say that.
Don't
Don't say it, baby.
Go right ahead.
Just say do something, like you said. And she'll tell it. She'll tell it.
But I'm just
No.
saying that because again, it helps because
No,
we
it's
all
what
married
happens
people now.
We can
Now, if
say,
we be being fake and saying
say-
that, you know, oh, everything is just wonderful, then we lie.
Yeah.
You just lie, you know,
we can say
because you
that.
get comfortable
Yeah.
in a marriage after so many
Exactly.
years.
You
So
said
many years,
that.
yeah.
You
You do.
said that you get comfortable. So I even found myself being too comfortable. So even myself, I said, man, it's getting comfortable. It's getting boring.
Yeah,
Right.
So
absolutely.
I said,
Let's talk about it. Yeah.
Let me spice it up.
Yeah.
Let me do something different. Like if he was to come home, I would have like rose petals, or I would have on a lingerie standing by the door when he come home. He's not going to expect that,
Mhm.
but it's going to change his mind. It's going to change his perspective.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right.
And then that's when I encourage him.
Again,
What I'm gonna do different.
Because again, you
Right.
just said that you're not a
That's good. I thought-
communicator.
Okay.
So
I'm
again,
not a communicator.
so that's how you show that you want it a little bit more
Yeah.
spicy.
Yes.
So since she's not a communicator, how what do you do to communicate to your wife since you're the communicator?
Well,
that you
hold
want
on.
it a
Well,
little bit
let
more
me say,
spicy.
this. She's not a communicator when there's a problem with his other things, but she's a communicator on that one.
No.
Trust me.
Okay.
Oh, she communicates. But far as for me, and I think that due to the fact that, like, you know, we can get comfortable, you know, you work, you have different schedules, you know, and you could just be laying in the bed, you know, you just like, let me get something real quick. I'm going to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at that moment, I would communicate with her to say, like, hey, just see, me and my wife got a relationship where we just talk about it.
Mhm.
We just
So
talk.
he
I mean, we
talk
just be
about it.
straight up.
You talk
We
about
be
he
straight
talks
up.
about it.
I
Okay.
tell her what I like and what I want. She tell me what she want,
Yes.
and we come together and we make it happen.
So and that's
No.
good.
No, we don't play titty tat about it. I don't be like, hey, you want to try this? You know, I just tell her, hey, this is what
He's very
I
blunt.
like
Yeah.
this. And
Oh,
she be like,
yeah.
I like
One
this.
thing about him is
I'm gonna
he
take
don't
it.
care about hurting your feelings.
I don't
He,
think. I don't
what
think-
no. What I'm saying is,
I'm graceful with it.
no,
man.
I'm not saying in a bad way. What I'm saying is, he's going to tell you.
That ain't what he wants.
Yeah, he's
Talk
going
about
to tell you.
you too rough. Take it to the side. Move it that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
I
going
will.
to tell you.
And so do that offend you? Or is that a help?
It doesn't offend me.
Okay. I mean, so that's not a bad thing,
No,
right?
it's not
That's
a
not a
bad
bad thing.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So how do y'all communicate to say I want it a little bit more spicy or I want a little bit more
Look
spicy?
at John. Yeah, John.
Right.
Yeah, baby.
How do you communicate it? I mean, or how do you?
I told y'all she don't have a gray area. So
Okay. So she'll
kinda
just
like-
tell you, nigga, no.
Let's talk about eye in the truck, nigga. Let's
Right.
like that. So.
Okay.
But yeah, create
But that's
create
cool.
moments.
Yeah,
Create
yeah.
moments. That's what you would say?
Yeah.
No? I'm not getting that from you. Right. What she's like,
Change
Come on now.
Change it up.
Yeah.
Change.
Change it up and just be direct, like you guys said.
Just change.
Oh, they
it.
trying to see.
She's
Don't let them do that.
I'm not, no, you change it up how? Right. I mean, is it something that you communicate or is it just something that y'all just sweep under, like
No, she
whatever?
communicated. She communicated.
Do
Like I
you
said,
communicate it though?
I just roll with the flow like
No.
because I don't really have no
No,
issue.
because I'm feeling that. I'm feeling like it's an issue with it. You not communicating.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying, like, it to be spicy, like, because my wife would
No,
tell you in a
it's
minute.
shy.
We this is family.
Yeah.
And again, it's not for to put out. It's really to just because we in a marriage, we in long term life to death do us part. And in order, sometimes we can glean from others, and then something that don't work for me. But at the end of the day, to me, that's what relationship is all about: building one another up. And if it's ever an issue that we have to address as far as making it spicy, like again, when we go on vacation, like for work balance, again, it can become redundant. It becomes repetition.
Absolutely.
We even hit the boring. Like this is some dry. Sex. I mean, like, everybody just want to get there, so
But
they
it's
go to sleep.
constantly happening. You've been with somebody so long. You be like,
And see,
Like
but that's
say,
what I
you
think
change it up.
that was
Yeah.
my
Like you say,
situation.
it gets boring and
Yeah.
you want to try something different.
Yeah.
And I think that was my problem too.
Yeah, because that's why I love vacationing.
Yeah.
Because on vacation, you're not stressed from work. you don't have the kids. You know, even though our kids is grown, we still got them in the house. Like, that's not a problem because they're in the house. It's just that responsibility is what I'm saying.
Right.
The issues of life. You know, you working these long hours and you're doing life. You know, keeping your everything afloat. And so sometimes I don't say we forget about one another, but it's not as when you was before kids, when we were younger, because we grew up with each other. So it was times when that spikes was hitting on every corner.
Right.
I mean,
when it stopped hitting like that, you start wondering, like, honey, do you think maybe you need to? I mean, I would ask questions because you don't know, like when it's changing, when it didn't already.
No, she'll be like, "Yeah, so you don't find me sexy? Am I sexy?" Like they begin to question.
That's the question.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Like,
we're
like,
not young anymore. Do you need some?
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just honest. But
I can understand because
you
get
want to know,
complacent.
like, is it me or is it?
Right.
I think it's the
I
time,
think
though.
I think it's the
And he was
time.
just so
Yeah.
tired. I didn't even realize it at the moment. So in my mind, I'm asking the questions that I think that I should ask.
Right. And so again, for us, like I say, vacationing help. Like I say, if you change scenery, if you change the load of the day, then sometimes you can add that, create that other environment of getting out. So, you know, we would plan a trip once a year just so you can really let your hair down. You ain't got to worry about getting up the next morning. You can get up at whatever time you want. You can relax. Everything is relaxing. You chilling. You having fun. And this, that, and the other. So it creates an environment that is more acceptable for trying different things. Where at home, it's like, I wouldn't say robotic, but it becomes like routine. You get what I'm saying?
So when you've been married for so long, what are some of the solutions to that, to help that? What do you think one of the things you can do? Because for one, what helps us is role play.
Oh, yeah.
Role play is awesome. Oh.
All right, well, explain that, elaborate on that a little bit. Role play.
We don't know about that.
Role play. Role play.
Role
Yes.
play? Well, now, elaborate on role play, but I'm not understanding what
Well,
you're saying.
okay, it's like this.
So becoming like a nurse or a
Well,
doctor?
it's all like
I'm like, wait,
because
wait,
I'm gonna
wait.
tell you something. I'm gonna tell you what really. See, we as men, we are vision driven. Okay, so the imagination is what helps us, you know, because because you want to feel like it's somebody different. Not saying it's a different person, but you want to feel like it's new, it's different. So you role play. Role play helps us a lot.
Cops and robbers. I mean, I'm still.
I mean
not
everything.
understanding what
Like okay. I might want a stripper. When I come home, I might want a stripper.
But if that ain't my wife,
So one of them are like,
No, she can dance.
but my wife ain't a dancer.
But hold on. See, nobody. But I'm just saying. Whatever role play. No, but I'm saying whatever role play that's good for y'all. You feel what I'm saying?
Don't let her fool you.
Like she likes to
She's
dance.
talking
My
about
wife loves to
the
dance.
way her kneecaps is set up. She can get down, but she
But
can't
that
come
don't
back
mean,
up.
you want
Come
her to
on
swing
now.
around the pole. It's just, hey, dance for me. I love that. That's it. She
But
knows
like
that.
again, what works for one don't always work for
yeah.
another. Ain't something wrong with it. It's just a
But what I'm
difference. I
saying
like
is
it.
that you have to find your role play, what's comfortable for y'all.
Okay.
What's
So
our role? What's our role play?
we don't have one.
Where do we need to try?
No, we just to be honest, we don't have a role play.
mm.
We really don't. And I'm thinking hard. I'm trying to imagine.
There you go.
Come this mug as a pop.
Right.
Well, you know what? You have that
that's it.
ability to do that because you do my hair. You can make me whoever you want to. I could be Miss Jackson.
Yeah, but who really
Yes,
got?
okay.
But who all got? I mean, your look changed for every day. I mean, but who got time to be? Like you ain't.
Role play,
You ain't just.
Yes,
Look,
a
you
lot.
making me work. If that's the case, like I didn't made you into somebody that I gotta sit back and enjoy it. Look, I don't know.
So you done did
Right. That ain't like new. So
tired,
yeah, I'm tired already. I done did enough. Like, look, come on with with your own. But I mean, I get it.
That's why it's different strokes for different.
Yeah,
people.
Exactly.
absolutely,
That's what
yeah.
I'm saying. I mean,
So,
We never did that.
Yeah, and you say, but you
role
say
play
created
Yes,
different.
we have.
Role play.
Yeah.
And you can go to look. You can go to
Exactly.
Lover's Lane. You can go to different places and get costume.
That ain't a role play though. That's like
That is role playing.
But she ain't doing it all the time. She
No,
said she ain't doing it
no.
all the time. So every
I'm
once in a while.
thinking when he said role play, I'm thinking like you come in with a Batwoman suit on. So,
Yeah.
you know,
I mean,
that's like
that's
role
kinda
play.
Yeah, that's what he
Oh,
told
okay,
me.
okay.
Do you like role play?
Mm-mm.
No. So again, no, but I'm saying, but no, but I'm asking because that's just what it is. It ain't for everybody. Some people don't want role play.
She
Some
got like her
people
full
say
suit
that.
on. I do that.
So
Because for me, because for me, I gotta say, I just have, look, John, you get out of my
No, don't even worry about it.
I know.
So forget about it.
No.
Did she fold the clothes? Oh,
Now why you sitting there telling that lie?
Oh, that's the sexy look.
No,
The laundry.
no.
Look, no. So okay. So what is that spice then for you guys then? Since his role play is for his, I like
What's your
vacation.
spice?
I don't know.
What's your
It's just
spice?
got so.
You don't have a spice.
You
Yeah.
gotta find a spice.
You don't have a
Yeah,
spice?
now we talking about it.
Yeah, we gotta find a spice.
Well, my spice is
Don't
the
do it.
scenery, the environment. Change it up.
Change it up.
Let's
Do you
not
hear
keep
that?
him doing the
Do you
same
hear that?
No,
position.
No, I mean, do you hear
I
that?
hear that.
Yeah.
I hear
Because
I hear
again,
that.
a lot of times we say it and then we're like, yeah, but see, right, for me, it would click like,
I
That's your scenery.
feel it. Yeah.
Okay, where you want to go?
It's
You
more
want
like
to start
stars
or
and
sand?
trees
Well,
and shit.
he's very good at experiences. I'll say that. He can create very good experiences that make you want to, do whatever.
Come on now, baby, talk
for-
about it.
For,
No, because I mean, when I be
No,
trying to be
you go
intentional
way,
about
way
it.
out.
Like I really do. I be like working at it. Like I said, growing up again, didn't have any role models. Like as far as what marriage is supposed to be. Like no one in my family was married. So again, I'm a young man. Again, we high school sweethearts, and got married at 23 and 24, 22, 23. Like young, like people.
That's
I done bought my first house at 21 years old. Like the roles and responsibilities that I had stepped into as a young man, like raising myself, at the age of 14. So again, I had no example of what marriage is. Like in these years, to be just truthful, it has been a learning thing for me. And so, I have not always gotten it right as far as what, my wife, may want or whatever. Evidently is enough to still sustain a marriage. But I try to be really intentional about what she's saying because I do want to make her happy because I love her. So I do want to see her, smile and everything. And because, we been together for so long, so you don't go out on your marriage, you try to create these experiences within your marriage. You know what I'm saying? So by creating them experiences, it helps change it up, because it can get what we say complacent. It can get
Stagnant.
boring. It can get stagnant. And then we're just really existing but not living.
Well,
You know
That's
what I'm
funny
saying?
you
about
said-
one
okay.
one experience, honey.
Well, I mean,
About the anniversary we did. You took me to the hotel. You took me from the side.
that was a big that was a big anniversary year. That was like that was a 15-year point. So in the milestones is what I'm trying to say. Milestone. So I thought about 10, 15, 20 years. So for the 15th, I really went above and beyond the call of duty. But I thought about the beginning of the day to the end of the day. And so I had got a room already. I had booked for massages. So we went out to breakfast to start the day out. I already told her to keep the weekend free. So we went to, I got her up that morning. We went to breakfast. We had breakfast. Then we made it on over. I told her to pack her bag. She didn't know I got the room already, but I already got her a room. I had bought her outfit. I had one of our makeup artists who do her makeup that she liked come to the hotel room at a certain time and to do her makeup. So we started with the breakfast, we did massages, then we went checked into the room, and so she seen, you know, the room all done up and everything, and then she was like, "Oh, what's going on?" And so Rashida showed up later on that day because it was a full day. She did her makeup. I told her to get dressed. I had the little hookup, you know, outfit
please, Lord, let me
for.
get fit.
And so she's like, "Well, we finna go out to eat or something like that. What we gonna do?" But again, intentional thought. I had, you know, rented a horse and carriage. We stayed at the Birmingham Townsend, you know, hotel. So we did the horse and carriage ride throughout downtown Birmingham. Then we went to dinner, you know, after dinner, then back to the hotel. And, you know, of course, by that time, you know, she was already ready to be whoever I needed her to be. But that was just, it was a big one. But I put thought, you know, into like a lot of little things.
Right.
You know, that I do for my wife, and it don't always have to be like super expensive. I've even created a moment where I was like, this whole thing of what does love look like?
Yeah.
And so I created these hand notes, and I placed them different places around the house, and I bought like little gifts. You know, it could be like dollar store stuff and this. So I started with what does love look like?
So it was really
And, yeah. So and then, you know, write something, and then I give her a gift, whether it be like a little teddy bear. And then she looked at it like, no, love does not look like a teddy bear. If you walk this way and go look in the first drawer and pull that, you know, so it's something else in there. So I took her around on like this scavenger hunt, you know, to ultimately get, you know, get her last gift. And but it was just the intention, you know, behind. So I think of things like that, but still, even with doing all of that, I still, you know, missed the mark. I'm like, dang, I still ain't got it
How
right.
could you?
But
How could you?
That should have just been
But
forever.
let me tell you something.
No,
Some women can
alone.
And-
No,
but it's
sometimes
not,
our
and
wives
it's
can
not.
be selfish.
And,
I'm just
and
gonna
it's
say it.
not. Or
I'm gonna say it.
or that you just
I'm
get
gonna say
comfortable
it.
with, oh, that's what you do.
I'm
And
gonna
it's
say
I'm
it.
thinking like it's
Now
it's
you
a
done
great
put all that
intent,
effort.
all that effort, but
I'm
it
gonna
seems
say
like
it.
it's still
Yo.
not enough.
We
you
put
know?
in the effort every day.
No. This
Every
man don't
day.
know. Nope, this man that did all of
Every
this
day.
scavenger hunt, everything, rose petals, everywhere.
All that.
Hey, how
And
about
you mean to tell me,
childbirth?
hold on,
The
how could
horse
you see,
and
hold on,
carriage
hold on,
alone.
watch this. How
That-
could you
that-
still
that-
say,
that-
but how could you
that
still
was-
say
that-
to
that
do
was-
something different?
That was like, look,
How
even
could you
everybody was
still
like,
say
dang,
that?
right. And even the people at the restaurant was like, here,
Or
they gave
it's
us a
a bottle
bottle of
of
wine
wine.
and all that. We sipping on wine right through, like galloping
But hold on,
through.
though.
You was man.
Now,
I
watch this,
was
though.
the man
Watch
that
this.
day.
Now hold on,
And
watch
still
this.
missed the mark.
Watch this. Now,
Still
no,
missed the mark. That's
hold on,
what I'm
watch this.
saying.
Now, how is it? So
Yeah.
if he did
Yeah.
all of that,
And still missed
how
the
is
mark.
it that you can say, I
I
want to
mean-
do something different? How? How could you not be satisfied with just that?
I was satisfied.
No.
But then-
Listen to what I'm saying. What was the last topic? How could you not be satisfied with that and say, I still
Missed the mark.
want to do something different? Something different like how?
Yeah, and that's what it is. I'm like, my creativity
Sometimes-
just ran
and we
out.
gotta admit
like,
it.
like,
Y'all gotta be
over,
selfish at times.
and that could be, you know, and I don't know if it, I wouldn't say selfish,
yeah.
but that is the, you know, like when you put in the thought process, it's like, is that enough? Is that enough? Because it seems like we still come up against different things. I try to show in actions. I always tell my mom, I'm an actions person. I'd rather show you than tell you.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And I deliver that I think that I am, and then it's still it's something else that we're dealing with, or you know, whatever.
So let's
But I'm
ask the
just saying
women
that
this.
sometimes you don't even remember all
That's
this
not
stuff.
enough?
Yeah, I'm like, remember what we do here? You like,
Well, hold on. Watch this. No, I want to answer this
I think
question.
that it's enough. I think that if it's a level of it's not being enough, then I think it's something emotionally wrong with her. That she's not loving herself, that she's not complete within herself. So if she's not complete within herself, then she's egging on him to complete something
Yeah.
that it doesn't have nothing to do with.
And
Mm.
then that's
Oh, that's deep. Now that's deep. That's deep. So
Now,
let me
now,
say,
now, now,
hey,
now,
my friend.
I can agree with that, but on the other end, all of that could be lavish, right? And that could be beautiful in somebody else's eye. But what if that's something that's not what they're looking for, though? Still, it could be something else that has been missing in that marriage, in that relationship that hasn't been addressed.
Haven't been-
And like you said, it's like a mind thing, it's a
Mind,
mindset thing. You can give me all these things, but
Mhm.
if you tampered with my mind and my heart from not giving me and listening to me or understanding certain things, all of that other stuff doesn't mean anything.
So
It may
wait a
not-
minute,
How much
But
listening
how do, yeah, and how would be,
How much
If
listening we got to
if
do?
we've talked about it, you still can't understand it.
Right.
You can
So, wait a
talk
minute,
about certain
hold on.
things and make it still
Okay,
not
okay,
be
all right.
understood.
Now this is what I've been hearing. So y'all correct me if I'm wrong. This is what I've been hearing. Okay.
You wrong.
We don't do this. No. Hold on. Okay, it's like
What's going
this.
on?
right.
Okay, we listen to you. You come to us, we listen to you. You know, we come to some understanding, but that's still not enough. So here we go. We do these lavish
But I'm
hunts,
saying if you
and then
don't
you say,
do it,
well,
you're not understanding.
that's good, but then you got to listen to my mind and my heart. So how can we please y'all then? I'm trying to come to that understanding.
Yeah.
How can we please y'all to where you are satisfied? Maybe it is something
I
within
can tell you
yourself.
How?
when you get to heaven, ask the Lord.
Yeah.
Because he made us.
No, that's getting out of it, fellas.
She almost
No, they're not
she
gonna get out of
almost right
that.
though, because
They're not gonna
it's
get out
hard.
of
we're
that.
not gonna really fully understand
Understand the
women.
women.
No.
Yeah,
And y'all ain't gonna fully
and that's
understand
one of
us.
the things that I've learned in marriage,
Yeah,
that
you're not
women
gonna
are forever evolving, they're forever changing, and it's like as soon as you think you got it right, it's a whole nother level and a whole nother person that you have to now figure out. And I just like, wow, this thing is tougher than I
Well,
thought.
the Lord
It's
wants to
tough.
keep you on your toes.
Y'all
that's all.
satisfied?
Yeah,
That's why men
Yeah.
always pass first in long relationship.
yeah, really.
Shut up.
Yeah,
Because we
usually
trying to
got-
pass them on.
Yeah.
We kick over first.
You know,
Yeah.
In long relationships,
Actually,
marriage.
he's right. He's right. He's actually
Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
That's just
All right. So we've been talking and we are good. I'm gonna go into another question. And these are just this is really good. I'm like enjoying.
Like I said, it's healthy. It is
yeah,
healthy.
it
It's
is.
healthy.
It's very healthy.
It's healthy.
So, what is more important in your marriage? Time or money?
Time.
What is more
Time.
important in your marriage? Time or money? And there's a reason why I asked the question because I'm going to follow up with something, but I want to know everybody's answer. What is yours?
I would say time, but if you don't have time and you chasing the money, you ain't gonna have time. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
I would say time.
Time.
Mhm.
I would say money at this point, just at this point, because I know what you're trying to do. So I would say money. I'll forego the time because I know you have something that you want to do. So I'm
Yeah, we walking through to get our breakthrough. But now this segment is the word of the day. And this is real quick. We're going to sum this all up. We have been talking, about, this relationships and marriage and how do I say. It's just been so grateful and so I'm so thankful to be able to have a platform to share because hopefully it will bless you. But the word of the day is none other than love. Love is just simply an intense feeling and a deep affection for one another. It is an great interest in pleasuring someone or something. And ultimately, your love language, your love for a person, I say it's in three words, is what you make it. If you love someone, be intentional about your loving them. Be respectful and be open to that other person's opinion of that, because they're giving you really love from their perspective of loving you, and you vice versa. Again, this is like the best show that we done had. I thank God for all of our transparency. I thank God for us being able to just share. We've been in a relationship and marriage for a long time, and if it can help someone out there, any of our viewers, or anything that we said, I hope it bless you.
Yeah.
But hey, do y'all have any final sayings? Anything y'all want to add?
I just
in?
want to thank y'all for having us on the show.
Absolutely.
And,
Our boy John, he married because somebody he had to threaten us. He ain't got to threaten us. Y'all like John, don't y'all?
Y'all, I appreciate it. It's really healthy, though. This is a healthy
Absolutely.
conversation.
And his beautiful wife Charlotte.
Yeah.
Charlotte.
Starlet.
Star. The star. I think I was saying
But
Charlotte.
nobody got
Star.
that name right.
Yeah, nobody. I got it,
That's
Star.
okay.
Lit.
And
Okay.
look, won't y'all plug in what y'all do and all of that? Y'all want to?
Well, hold on. We're going to get to that part.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Good.
Let her share her final thoughts of the podcast today. Did you enjoy yourself as a first impression?
I enjoyed myself.
Did you enjoy yourself? It wasn't that bad, was it? It
wasn't
wasn't
bad
that
at all.
bad.
But
Y'all
it
are
was definitely a healthy
have the conversation, right?
Hopefully it does bless someone else, because
Yeah,
marriage is not easy.
it's
You know,
not.
you
It
have to
is-
keep fighting at it.
Yeah.
And you'll go through your ups and downs, but you
Yeah.
know, you just really gotta force your way through and just know, remember the reason why you got there. You know,
Yeah.
why you got married.
Yeah.
So that's the important
Yeah.
thing.
That's good. That's
You
good.
want any final thoughts for you?
You know what? Everything was awesome.
Yeah.
I still think the women can be selfish a little bit, but
Yeah.
that's my
Right. That's
You
just
know,
right there.
okay. And
Yeah, it is
pretty
tough.
much-
I mean,
no,
women make
honestly-
it tough for us.
honestly-
Honestly, y'all make it tough.
Yeah, honestly, I thank God
y'all
for this
make it tough.
conversation.
You
It
make
was
it tough to love y'all. But you know, hey, the world wouldn't be the world without you. So
That's
hey,
Red line.
we gotta do what we gotta do out there, fellas. You know, but lead with love. And until next time, be strong, be bold, but most importantly, be blessed. Have a good one, everybody. That's it.
So
No,
perfect.
so I can support you. You know, early on in marriage, I didn't understand business the way I do now,
Mhm.
and where we were going as a family. But now that I do, I can truly understand and be supportive and be behind you. So, yeah, money.
All right. So, well, what did you guys say? Time. Y'all think either one?
I would say time, because early in our marriage we didn't really have time with each other.
Mm-hmm.
We were on two different shifts, and it was like we were night and day.
Passing each other. Yeah.
So now that we have more of a time frame where we're on the same schedule, I feel like that's more important
Mm-hmm.
to help build. I mean, money comes, it goes,
It does.
you know, so I'm not really strong on that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's more of an investment with time as
But-
opposed to.
Yeah, I can
That's
understand.
deep.
She's not really.
That's deep.
She's not really.
But I'm just saying, not materialistic as far as money. That's not what I'm saying as far as money. It's more financial, and as far as where you are in your marriage. Could that money help develop your nonprofit?
Yeah,
Could it help
absolutely.
grow your
Absolutely.
family or take it to another level?
Yeah,
Or
absolutely.
is, if you had an option to choose at this point, someone, you got an investor, like, I'll give you money or you'll get time. Which one would you have?
I mean, it would
Well,
enhance a lot of stuff.
I'm looking at time for us too,
Two. Yeah,
not so much as for businesses.
yeah.
You know, of course, yes, money will always be great for
Yeah,
those
just-
type
yeah,
of things.
things.
But when I think about half of our marriage was basically in passing,
Mm-hmm.
and now it isn't.
Yeah,
I'm
you
going
cherishing
with
that
time.
time,
Yeah.
and it's
That's right.
valid,
Yeah.
and that's just what it is, because of the simple fact that sometimes we misconstrue, you know, what it is. At one point you wanted time, and then there's another time that women, I'm speaking on, wanted money, because that was what was so confusing to me, even growing up. Like, you know, women always wanted a man to provide, you know, do this and do that out here, but then when we're out providing, we're out making the coins to keep, you know, the things. And now you ain't got, you know, exactly. You don't have any time for me. You know what I'm saying? When we gonna have some time?
But we
You
didn't
always,
understand.
but you
We
always
didn't
working.
understand
You
that.
always this, that, and the other. But then if the roles flip, and then I'm giving you the time, but not providing the money, now you broke, you busted, you this loser, you
I
ain't
don't think
doing
we in
nothing.
that realm
You
of
know.
that now, because
Yeah.
we've been together so long.
Long, yeah.
If we was broke, we probably wouldn't have no problems with ours. You know,
What you mean?
you just said
Yeah, as
if
far
you-
as yeah.
in
The
our
role
situation,
reversal, yeah, in all the
our
bars,
situation,
yeah.
So if Fred get broke right now, she wouldn't.
She would leave.
Broke.
Yeah, she wouldn't down.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
you wouldn't.
No.
Why
Yeah,
not?
you
Why not
wouldn't.
leave up?
Oh no, man, it's
Yeah.
shaky.
And
Which one did you say?
yeah,
Well,
he said
well,
time. He
Well,
said
no,
time.
no, I said time,
Oh.
and I said time because you know, like the Bible said, money answers all things, but time is expensive. That's something you can't get back.
Yeah.
You know, you can't get back time. Time is very valuable to me. Very, very valuable. So you have to make the best of time. You have to make the best of it when you in those moments. And you have to maximize the moment. So to me, I think time is very important in a marriage and relationship.
Right, because again, we are getting older. You know, at the end of the day, we ain't as young as we used to be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good to have a vision. It's good to be goal driven and all of that, and want something greater than what you are now for your family. So again, for myself, I am on the quest. I think in the marriage point now it is money. You know what I'm saying, that we need, but
To give us more
personally,
time.
to get us more time. And that might be like kind of crazy because again, I'm the breadwinner, but it is draining. That's when you said that most men die, way before, because you put in all of that to provide a lifestyle, but I also just want some time right now, just to not have to, work
So
as
you're
hard.
choosing both.
But no, I'm not choosing.
No,
both.
you gotta stick to one.
Well, okay, well,
we ain't about to let you do that.
All right,
No,
well, well, if my wife knows, then it is time for me.
Thank you.
It's time. I would
Thank you. You
choose.
are not about to do that.
I would choose time right now in my life for myself because of the simple fact that it's just a short. It's 24 hours in a day, and I just don't feel like it's enough time. It's just not enough time, in the day, and I feel it. I feel it every day. I am exhausted. And I'm just in that moment in our marriage to just be praying for me to be able to have that time so that I can enjoy the fruits of the labor that I put in. And so time is something that is a commodity that we can't get back. Like I say, you can make money anytime,
You
but
can't buy
but you
cheese,
can't, but right now I need me some time. I tell my kids already, I'm ready for you to retire me. Retire me, and I'll happily take
it
every
on.
time and take it on. So that's just one of the things. So we I know we've been talking a lot, and our viewers are hopefully you're getting something out of this. But I'm gonna come with a one last question. Then you'll come with one, and then we're gonna go into our word of the day, and then we're gonna wrap this thing on up. This has been so great,
Man,
I mean, we got to have a part 2 to this because it is a lot that you learn in this whole in dialogue relationship. So
And like I said, it's healthy.
yeah, it is very healthy. So again, I just want to know: do y'all have kids? I don't know. I haven't know that. Y'all
No,
have
we
children?
don't.
No children.
Oh,
Okay,
y'all got three
I didn't know that.
wives.
So that was my question: is how do you balance marriage and children? Because again, we have children. I thought y'all had kids. Well, again,
Them the
Ethan
other
J.
people kids you see.
Yeah. Okay. So
I take on the whole Detroit.
Yeah, them your kids.
Yeah.
okay. So what advice would you give of balancing that from other people, being an auntie or being an uncle?
That's good.
How do you feel that they can balance? If you were their sounding board, would you tell them to balance children and
What I see around now, you really can't balance no more. You have to put a lot of time in these kids now. They got too many distractions. They got a lot of distractions outside of what we had when we was coming up.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you got to spend time with them. And a lot of little guys I talk to, they don't have their fathers in their life and they go astray.
Yeah.
So it's like just spend time with your kids, man. Just spend time with your kids. Balance it out. We talk about balancing our relationships and marriage and stuff like that, but you also got to balance yourself out with your kids too.
Yeah.
You do.
Take them phones away from them. Get them away from them friends. Some of them friends is bad for them too.
Yeah.
So, my biggest thing is spending time with them. Just spend time with them. And stop being your kids' friends.
Yeah.
Y'all not
That's
friends.
it. We are
Yeah.
not, because friends
Yeah.
is equal. I always say that, and
Yeah.
I never be your equal. So,
Yeah.
you can have a friendly relationship
Yeah.
with children, but
But
they should
not-
never be your
Never
friend.
be your friend.
They
I
should
just-
never be your friend.
I had an issue with my
Yeah.
sister and her kids, and they cuss around my sister.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to tell them, Elias was 22 and my niece is 26. I said, okay, how old y'all get? You can't cuss around me.
Mm-hmm.
We're not equal. I'm your uncle.
Yeah.
And they had a little attitude about it. So like when I come around now, they disappear on me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's
It's
fine.
coming in general, but it's like my sister should have planted the seed a long
A
time.
long time ago. Because I don't like
It's a
that.
respect
either.
Create that
Yeah.
standard.
I
Yeah,
don't
my
like
aunts and
that
uncles,
either.
I'm 47. They never heard me cuss.
Yeah.
And won't hear me cuss. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So It's just, you gotta spend time with your kids.
Yeah.
I think you gotta equally balance it out by spending time with both. You know, you have to make sure you put in that time with your marriage, and I think you gotta put in time with the kids.
Kids as
Because
well.
both are investments.
Yeah.
You know, and you just have to be mindful of that. I mean, we don't have kids, so I can't really speak on it that much to say how you balance it, but
Mhm.
you definitely have to make sure you prioritize it.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that. Prioritize. All right, Fred, how do
You
you?
let my wife answer that, cause we got grandkids too.
Y'all did a good job.
Yeah,
You
y'all
do.
really did.
Y'all got some beautiful kids.
Yeah,
At this,
beautiful.
at this moment, you have to be careful to not allow, your children to sabotage your
Sabotage,
time.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, come on, talk
Sabotage
about
your
it.
time.
Yeah,
that's
with your-
right.
Cause
Oh,
they can
yeah.
sabotage it.
That's
Because
true.
I told my
And get in
son.
the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So-
so my son talking about, cause my dog, cause my son gonna talk about, I just need to have a kid. I say, you still staying here, what you gonna have a kid for? Talking about so that y'all can wear, I said, oh, no. We don't do grandkids, like, we don't do that.
Oh, that's what you mean by sabotaging.
Yeah.
the time.
Nah, it's
The
just
time. They can
the time, and it's just where they are.
Mm-hmm.
And especially when they're grown, you know, they still want to latch on to you.
Mm-hmm.
They still want to latch on to you.
Yeah.
So it's like they would drain you
Yeah, if you let them.
if you let them.
Yeah,
So
because we
it's-
can become enablers for our children. Because
Yeah.
again, you want them to, have and become and do. But again, if you constantly being there for them, they'll never fall. They'll never have
Yeah.
a experience of life of growth. And so again, no, I don't play that either. No, I'm like we ain't the old school grandparents. This is time for us to live. We provided for y'all. We taking care of y'all. We didn't raise y'all.
Oh, he did tell me
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I didn't pay you off on no one. We raised our kids. We sacrificed, our 20s and stuff to take care of y'all. And now you talking about now it's going to grandkids, all that. Now my son can bring his baby over, but when he leave, you leave. That's it. I gotta go to work. I'm a working grandma, so
And the
again,
reason why I say
that's that.
is because just piggying back on you guys, where we spent time with our children. We nursed them. We
gave them what it's time to let them go.
When they got older, they did their experiences.
And they have their own journey.
They have their own journey.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's the time where me and my husband, where it's time for our wings to fly, and so we have to be careful because they'll come and sabotage and say, "Well, could you do this? Could you do that?" You know what I'm saying? And just totally, or we have, and even as parents, my husband tell me, "Nah, babe, you can't do that." But in my mind, I still feel connected.
Yeah.
Connected
Yeah.
to them.
Yeah.
And
I agree with
Yeah.
So is it the same with the grandbabies too?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's actually what my grandchildren. It's like we're more connected.
Yeah, so you starting all over and they
Yeah.
gonna let y'all do it.
But it's
They
like,
gonna let y'all do it.
but with the
Them kids gonna let
grandchildren,
you
you
do
have
it.
more of a love more.
Mm.
It's like you love them more than you love your. that you
Yeah,
love
but then they use that and take
Yeah.
advantage because now
Yes.
But you
raising
still
your
have to-
grandkids.
Have a cutoff.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
Mhm.
don't do that.
Yeah, my husband,
No, I don't care. Goodbye. Out.
all
I'm
right.
serious.
Yeah, but
For
it's
real.
fair. That's why I was just
That's
asking
fair.
and create that balance. Do you have a question or are we gonna?
Oh yeah, I do. I got one question.
He got mad.
Yeah, I sure did. I know
You're right. You're right. He's like, oh, he had thought that thing.
They got to get out the house
Okay,
and
look.
get their day.
In the marriage, and we're gonna make this one quick so we can go into the word of the day. But in the marriage, how do you say to your partner, "We need to get counseling"?
You say it.
You just say
You
it.
just say it.
You say it. You say it. What do you
Just
say?
say it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
say it. But
You say
y'all
it.
reject it at first.
You just do it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah. You
Just
say
say
it
it.
and you
Y'all
do
had
it.
counseling before?
Of course.
Yeah.
Y'all had it?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
good. Counseling is really good.
Man,
It's very
It's one.
therapeutic. It's very vulnerable.
Well, and then it actually allow you to come to a place of learning how to communicate with one
Yeah,
another
that's how we learn
effectively.
how to
Kind of goes
Yeah.
back to that,
Yeah.
that thing I said. You need
Yeah,
that
that
third,
third
that
yeah.
mediator.
Come on,
That
Yeah.
third person.
But
to help
yeah.
them understand your perspective of
But
what
that's-
they're trying to
Okay,
say.
but let me ask you,
you
They
need to
don't
understand.
hear.
Let me
Would
ask
they be
you-
like a
Because they don't
referee,
hear.
or they be?
No,
No,
let me
it's
ask you
not.
this.
No,
They really tell what's wrong with you. They
It's,
tell what's wrong
yeah, it's
with you.
unbiased. It's unbiased.
Well,
And as long as it's a person that, and we went to one that is, because we
Christian
believers, it's Christian based too. So you're gonna give a biblical standpoint and sort of, you know, of course,
That,
it's
okay, that
natural.
was my next
He was
one. That was my
against
next.
it for multiple reasons because he felt like, what can somebody tell me about how to treat my wife?
No, that's not. That's
So,
That's
so,
not what
so
it's
that's the
about.
wrong, right? So that's the wrong.
Too at
Yeah.
first, honey.
Yeah,
They're not
again,
telling
because
you.
of the simple fact I was thinking just like John was. I know how to communicate, and so what
So
can
we
I
thought.
get? So we thought
So we
again.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
again,
So
it
he
is.
thought.
Yeah, but that's what it is. Because again, I'm communicating. I thought I was doing it effectively, and she wasn't receiving it. Like I said, she wasn't getting what I was saying, and that's where our thing. Because what she would say, I wasn't getting, and so I think that had helped for a little while because of the simple fact that it's an unbiased person listening to both sides
So-
and don't have any stake in the game to say you right or you wrong or this that and the other.
Did he detect that in you though?
Huh?
Did the whoever y'all went to, did they detect that in you? Did
Well-
they tell you like, okay, well, you listened to your wife, but you didn't hear what she was saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And then one of the things that she said was a female. So one of the things she was saying, because I was like, oh, I provide, I do this and do that. And she was like, yeah, you are. She was telling me how I was providing and I was protecting,
Protecting.
but you wasn't present. I was
There you
like,
go.
what you mean I ain't present?
Yeah.
So I had to let
Yeah,
that
I
thing
let her do
ponder.
all the talking. I let her ask me
Yeah.
questions, and she came with a whole from that conversation. She had a whole rundown of who we were.
Mm.
I tell you.
Yeah.
So let me understand this. If you provide and you bring the money in, how can you have time too? You can't have.
Well, no, you said being present as far as being present, I guess, from to your wife as far as the things that she needs and needs to be addressed. Yeah, you're doing these things, and you may feel like these are things that she want and all of this other type of stuff, but are you listening to hear what she needs in the moment, like being present in the moment in time of what it is that she is saying to you and what she want from you and what she need from you and this, that, and the other.
That was
Because
the
I'm
turning
thinking
point,
that
though.
because I was just thinking like
Okay.
I'm doing these things, but in her mind, no, you're not hearing me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're doing those things, and those may be nice, but I'm saying that I need this or I want that or whatever the issue, would be. And so it just made me, again, to be more intentional about every facet now of the marriage, to just say, okay, listening, and then I'm conveying to get understanding. Is this what you're saying?
Mm.
Is this what you're saying? Because I was trying to get it
she
wrong.
listened to y'all and then had a whole. hookup.
Yes, right. So she
The
was
balance
able,
of-
right, and it wasn't like one sided because
Right.
she
She checked
like,
me too.
you're not this, and you know, like that. Not like a derogatory thing, but she like it's almost like a hypothetical. Like, what if your husband said this, or what if your wife, did this?
Oh,
Like
okay,
in a
okay,
sense
okay.
of giving you something to think about.
Mhm.
Not saying you right or wrong, because you grown.
It's
Like
called introspection.
introspection. So
Okay.
it's just like, okay. And like you say, you eat the meat and spit out the bone for what it is, and for real, like
That was Southern. That was Southern. He from Alabama.
no, I just been around a lot of old school people.
That was old.
They're old school. But it's
So-
about
so
they say,
basically-
long as the juice is worth the squeeze, you know what I'm saying?
So basically, in counseling, you just tell your mate, we need counseling.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
If you feel
That's what
like
y'all came. That's what y'all came to.
well, if you feel like you're not growing, I think it's healthy just to see if it is a crossroad where you find yourself continually butting heads on issues that again should be addressed. That we should have moved on from this, or what is keeping us from that? And it could not be each other. Like I say, it could be childhood trauma. It could be issues from the past, abandonment. It could be a whole lot of things that we didn't address. Again, me being just transparent, being a product of rape. You know what I'm saying? So I've never found myself to be deemed worthy growing up. Again, my grandmother only had 2 kids, my mom and my aunt. So I had no dad because she was raped to have me. No uncles, no nothing. So I had no one guy, and I'm the first boy. I got 2 sisters who's older than me. So again, I'm growing up in a world that I'm trying to navigate and trying to find my way. And I don't know, because I never had no one give me the roadmap.
Yeah.
So in marriage, because I got married early, that I'm figuring it out. How to be a man, how to provide, what a man should do, what it looks like, and then if you get it from your mate that you're not meeting the standard or up to par, whether it's delivered harshly or gently, you then begin to question your whole existence. Like, dang, like what is it? Like,
That's
what else am I? Like, how can I? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to give you because I love you, and it's not measuring up. And then for a man, that's like I said, it sets you into a place of vulnerability. But not only that, just like reservation. Because I was that reserved person. I'm gonna just sit in this. I'm just like, I'm gonna tap out. It's almost tapping out, if I can say that.
Now that you said that, it do. I'm kind of glad we talking about this. Because I didn't know how to be a husband.
Yeah.
My grandmother, my granddaddy raised me, but my granddad stayed upstairs and my grandma slept downstairs. So I never really seen them together.
Yeah.
And my granddaddy always worked. My grandmother never worked. My granddaddy had like 2 jobs. And, you know the typical. Yeah. Back then, the man took care of the house.
Yeah.
I see my grandma cook and stuff like that. But I honestly didn't know how to be a husband.
Right.
I don't know how to be a husband.
Yeah.
Like you say, navigating through. I didn't have my father.
Yeah.
I didn't have no older brothers to teach me.
Exactly.
And then my family was all. I'm like the only person in my family that married.
Yeah. Hello.
So
hello.
I'm trying to navigate through life to do it the right way, and it's like you bumping your head because you don't know.
You don't know.
And she understands that, and that's why she don't want to say certain things to you because she know it'll trigger that.
Yeah. And it's like he's saying,
that was for me.
It triggers
back there.
because it make you mad because you don't know. That's like you whooping a kid and you just don't be, and the kid don't know. But all you doing is whooping them.
Yeah.
So I think that would take like me into those little dark places. Like,
Yeah.
man, I'm trying, but it ain't.
And that's exactly what it is. It's like it's like it's just never enough.
Love,
Like I can't never get it right.
What you think? No lies. Live long enough. See how sometimes everyday living is too hard. We bring in the word with a new vibe. I've been feeling too down.